I've been thinking about the roses that I have growing in my garden. I love, 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 love roses, and they're very symbolic of the sacred divine feminine energy, the sacred divine power that we have within each and every one of us as women. Love the movie The Da Vinci Code. And, my first tattoo that I got when I was 14 was a rose on my ankle. And the first poem that I wrote was about the blossoming of a rose. And it's just so deeply ingrained in my own psyche of the power of being a priestess. And even though I call myself a new paradigm priestess, the rose lineage is so divine and so sacred to me. And I hold it in my heart. I see the blossoming of the sacred divine as like a rose. And this is one of my beautiful roses from my garden. I have all different colors and scents, and it smells so divine. And I've been thinking a lot about the opening and the blossoming of the rose and the spiritual growth that we go through as we awaken our priestess within into our new paradigm priestess power. And it is very much like the opening and the blossoming and the blooming of the rose. A rose, it doesn't worry or concern itself with what the other roses are doing in the garden. It doesn't shrink and play small because it doesn't want to outshine another rose in the garden. It doesn't play small or close up in fear of hurting another rose's feelings. No, the roses, they blossom and they grow, and they don't play small. They are who they are, and they're glorious and they're beautiful. And each and every one of them in the garden right now, all my roses are in bloom, and they're just magnificent. And they're all blooming to their full potential and beyond. They're magnificent, and they're as fragrant as they can be to attract the bees. And so they are who they are, and they don't play small. And we have so much to learn from the wisdom of the plant king and queendom, as well as the animal king and queendom. Animals also don't go, maybe I shouldn't be as strong or as courageous or as magnificent as some of the other animals. No, instinctually, they are hardwired to be as strong and bold and courageous as they possibly can be. For the animal king and queendom, it's the survival of the fittest. And so they do reach their full potential and beyond instinctually. And so it's this human condition where we play small because we don't want to hurt someone else's feelings. And this, in New Zealand, we call it the tall and small poppy syndrome, where people will almost like purposely play small and shrink down so that they don't seem competitive, or they don't want to upset the apple cart, or have too strong of a voice, or make waves, or anything like that. And so I've been thinking a lot about it because I did live in New Zealand for a long time, and now I'm in Sweden. I'm thinking about the path of the priestess, the awakening of the priestess, and the activation of our priestess power, and the new paradigm priestess, and what that all means. And going back to the lineage of the rose, the opening of the petals, the awakening of our beauty, of our grace, of our magnificence, and really owning that energy, and not shaming it and not playing small. And I just also want to include that it's not about not being humble or not apologizing when we're wrong, or sharing this equality. It's reaching our full potential within our own spiritual awakening, our own bloom, our own opening. I see the rose as this opening of our chakras, the opening of our spiritual being, awakening to the power that is within us, and not playing small, and being who we are, and shining our inner light as bright and as brilliant and as beautiful as this fragrant, blooming rose in our full potential, in our full capacity to really own our own beauty, own our own grace, own our own magnificence. And so I wanted to just share that with you today, of really owning your beauty, your power, your grace, and always stopping to smell the roses. Blessings be, blessings be, blessings be, and awakening your priestess within, awakening your oracle within, awakening the wise woman within, awakening this new paradigm within each and every one of you. Join us for our next circle, awakening the new paradigm within. I'm holding them once a month, and I would love, 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 love to sit in circle with each and every one of you. New paradigm priestess blessings. Namaste.